Hey everybody, it's Ollie, and I am back for another Top 5 Wednesdays video. The topic for this week, the 6th of April, is Rainy Day Reads. This list was actually pretty fun for me to make, um, and all of the books in this list I just love so much. Um, they're not too terribly long, and they're sort of just really good books. Some are emotional, some are rereads, etc. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Number 5. My number 5 rainy day read is Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. And I don't know what it is to me about contemporary books, um, but for this book, just the way the tone is, it's light, and it also has its sort of angsty moments, but it's mostly pretty light and just has that right mood for a rainy day. I don't know. It's pretty good. Um, Plus, lesbians, fun times. Number 4. My number 4 pick for rainy day reads is Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. And I have talked about this book in a few of my other videos, and I have recommended it very highly. Just so much I could say about this book. It is emotional and funny, and it's so relatable. And again, it has that sort of rainy day tone where you could just sort of curl up and relax and read this and laugh and cry. And yeah, number 3. The number 3 book that I chose for rainy day reads is the Sherlock Casebook. If you're not familiar, BBC Sherlock is a BBC series on TV, based on Sherlock Holmes, and it is absolutely my favorite depiction of Sherlock Holmes. It is just one of my favorites, and this is a pretty short but fascinating book. It has little fake post-its with conversations between Sherlock and John, and it sort of also acts as John's sort of journal of their cases and what has happened in the 6 main episodes. And yeah, it's actually a pretty quick read. And if you like the series, if you just like Sherlock in general, this is a good, quick, short read. And I think that's mostly why it would be good for a rainy day. Nothing too heavy to read, but also very interesting, funny at times. And yeah, the next 2 books are probably ones that will be very familiar to you if you watch my videos, and you really should not be surprised at all if you know what my favorite series is and who one of my favorite authors is. Number 2. My number 2 book on my rainy day reads list is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Short, emotional book. It's just one of those books, you know? One of those sort of curl up and cry in the comfort of your own home while it's raining. One of those kinds of books. And again, there's probably so much I could say about this book, but I've probably said it all already in some of my other videos. So yes, I'm just going to say number two because it's pretty great. And number one, probably the least surprising book on this list, especially because of the edition of this book. The edition doesn't really matter, but this one is pretty preferable, especially if you're sort of comfy and curled up and you're just looking for something sort of easy to read, something with illustrations, and that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. What could be better to read on a rainy day than the first Harry Potter book, especially with illustrations? Like, it's just so good. So good. I don't need to say much more than that. It's just really good. And while I have flipped through this book and looked at some of the illustrations, I honestly haven't read it completely through because I don't know how many times I've read Philosopher's Stone, but I definitely plan to read this the next time I reread the Harry Potter series. I don't know when that will be. Probably sometime within the year. Possibly, I don't know. There are many Harry Potter readathons going on throughout the year that I know of, so yeah. So that was my top 5 rainy day reads list, and comment below if you like any of the books that I put on my list, if you agree with me, if you disagree, some other books that you would pick instead, things like that. And yeah, and I will see you all in my next Top 5 Wednesdays video next week. And yeah, bye.